Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be something a little bit different. I'm not going to be doing a voiceover for my art. I haven't really had inspiration lately, so I'm just going to be doing just a video of me talking into the camera. I didn't have an issue keeping some sort of an anonymity in my channel. I don't mind if you guys see my face. I might even alternate doing videos like talking to you guys or talking directly into the camera, and other days just doing voiceover, so that might change quite a bit. But yeah, other than that, before we get started, I do want to apologize about last video. Leave it to me to brag about getting a new microphone and then have the audio be complete and utter garbage. Like, it, I could barely even hear with my volume all the way up. I don't know what happened, but I'm certainly going to keep the video up, and I am going to go back to that topic, like I said, around May when the trial starts for Nason, and we're going to see what happens with that guy. And yeah, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started for today's topic. Today we're going to be talking about Pastor Locke. You've probably heard of him. He did go viral on Twitter last week for calling 6 members of his church witches. And yeah, it's insane. For those of you that have seen the video, you can feel free to fast forward, but if you haven't, I'm gonna leave it right here.
Lies about her past, lies about her ministry, lies. You say, why would you take time? Because they took almost a year to sow curses and witchcraft into this church, and we exposed that demonistic nonsense for what it is. I know. We got somebody came here this morning, and I wanted to move here. She said, I'm going to move here. I came because of Brian and Gina. Well, if you're here for Brian and Gina, go to their house, but don't stay here. You think I'm playing? This is shepherding 101 right here. This is how you pastor a church. You warn the sheep. I know some of you get nervous, scratching your head, folding your arms. You got heartburn, headache. That's just that spirit of divination she called over you that's getting angry inside of you. You can get mad all you want. You can get pissed off all you want. You can get upset all you want. You got the wrong one. I'm telling you right now, in the name of Jesus, we cast out the spirit of divination. We cast out them curses and that witchcraft that's been spoken over this church.
So this is kind of what we're dealing with, and I don't know, it was very strange that, like, he said that thing about people getting, like, heartburn or what was it, acid reflux, and people, like, scratching their heads, and, like, people getting angry about what he was saying. But he goes on to say that if you have those types of thoughts, that it's the witches and it's the spell acting. And it's very bizarre because I feel like this guy's an extreme narcissist. Like, he knows that what he's saying is complete nonsense, so he knows that it's natural response or people's common sense speaking to get mad at the garbage he's saying. But he's saying, listen, if you have these thoughts or if you question what I'm saying or all the garbage I'm spewing, then that is the devil acting. So it doesn't really leave his people room to question anything that he's saying, because if they do, they're probably automatically demonized, which is something a lot of these creeps that take advantage of religion use. Like this stupid guy Nason, who said that his desires were the desires of God. Like, get a freaking grip of reality. Like, who believes that? But I mean, I guess people are really brainwashed. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. This guy, like, he has done some very questionable things. It's not the first time that he's been in the public eye, and I'm going to be reading to you a piece of an article. That way you kind of get an idea of the type of person that he is. This article was posted in NBC, and this was from a while back. This was from earlier this month, and this was regarding an event he made where he burned a bunch of books that he deemed witchcraft. But it also talks a little bit about his beliefs and about some things that he has publicly said that are extremely questionable. And it'll give you a little bit more context on this man. So it starts here. Okay. A far-right pastor hosted a book-burning event encouraging parishioners to toss books like Harry Potter and Twilight into the fire to denounce what he described as demonic materials. Greg Locke, head pastor at Global Vision Bible Church, held a book-burning event Wednesday night and urged followers to burn evil garbage like young adult fantasy books, tarot cards, voodoo dolls, and crystals. Bring all your Harry Potter stuff. Laugh all you want, haters. I don't care. It's witchcraft 100%, Locke said in an Instagram post Monday. All you Twilight books and movies, that mess is full of spells, demonism, shape-shifting, and occultism. In a video live streamed on Facebook, churchgoers hurled books and other items deemed associated with witchcraft into a massive bonfire on the church's parking lot in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. The burning begins about an hour into the live stream. At least one counter-protester claimed to throw a Bible into the flames, Nashville Scene reported. We have a constitutional right and a biblical right to do what we're going to do tonight, Locke said in the live stream video. We have a burn permit, but even without one, a church has a religious right to burn occultic material that they deem are a threat to the religious rights and freedoms and belief systems. This is not the first time Locke has made headlines. The pastor has been permanently banned from Twitter for spreading COVID vaccine misinformation. He previously described the vaccine as sugar water and said that he'd turn away churchgoers if they were masked to his services. He also criticized Republican Tennessee Governor Bill Lee as a crowd noodle waffler, as a coward noodle waffler. I don't know what that means, but okay. For signing an executive order that would allow the National Guard to assist overwhelmed hospitals during a COVID outbreak. Locke claimed that children with autism are possessed by demons, insisting that the diagnosis doesn't exist in the Bible. On Twitter, users raised concerns about the event. Some drew similarities between the book burning at Global Vision Bible Church to the ones held in Germany during the Nazi regime. Wow. I mean, this is a lot to take in. This guy, there's definitely a lot of dirt on him. And apparently he was with his wife like 20 plus years and he left his wife for a secretary. I mean, honestly, guys that scream the loudest, that claim that they can cure diseases, like this guy who said that just like that COVID was cured, and like who just talk about morality and always want to have like a higher stance on morality above people are usually the ones that are lacking at the most. At least that's what I've noticed in my experience. The people that scream the loudest about morality and about doing what's right are definitely the people that you have to watch out for the most, because they're typically the ones that are doing shady stuff behind closed doors. But yeah, I mean, that's besides the point. I feel like it goes way deeper than that, and I can't help but connect this to the Salem witch trials, right? And so our historians look at this time period and they can't really put their finger as to how this was able to happen, because it only took one person to be able to stop it and no one did until like 120 plus children, men and women, were killed, right? And it's like, you might think that it's extreme to compare these two, but I feel like the same mindset that was instilled and the same fear-mongering that was instilled back then can be equated to today. We don't know how far fear and ignorance takes people nowadays. I mean, it's 2022. I'm really not surprised if anything happens, but it's definitely dangerous, and it's definitely really bizarre how that looked like inside that tent. It looked like it was like over 100 people, and they were all cheering on to whatever he had to say, and they were egging it on. And a lot of people think that it's bullshit that he actually has like called out witches or people in his church for watching the Wizards of Waverly Place. They think that it's just something that he pulled out of his ass just to create fear. And that's something so extreme. Like, I know that on the surface level, it is very comedic because he is the butt of the joke. He looks like a straight up clown. talking the way he's talking. But at the end of the day, like, imagine being a member of that church and imagine being in that tent, right? As you're egging it on and you're like cheering, but in the back of your head, you know that if you do something that goes against whatever this guy is preaching, or if you try to question him or question his authority, people are gonna boo you and he's gonna egg it on just as much as he did with these people. So it definitely sucks that you try to look for the good in religion, but you are literally living in fear, just guided by wolf disguised in sheep clothing, you know? I feel like it could be very disingenuous and very easy to fall for these people, but we have to like find common patterns and see that, I mean, these people are certainly not, these churches aren't certainly good for the community. And I'm sure there are a lot that are great, but this one is definitely one of them. If you go to a church and you see someone claiming to cure an illness, run. If you see someone just attacking a minority, I mean, come on, like I said, it was like 100 plus people against 3 people that were in the tent. Like, what if it was true, right? What if he had the addresses of those women and he wasn't just pulling this out of his ass to scare people? At the end of the day, that is like 10 times more horrifying, because that is straight up like harassment, allegedly, right? Like, I don't know what to think or what to make of this. I don't know how people attend these churches, and I don't know how people give people like him the power to lead or to have some sort of like authoritative role in our society. I don't feel like people like him should be tax exempt. It is disgusting. And not only that, he also promotes like QAnon conspiracy theories, and he, up until recently, he still believed that Trump was in office. And I don't think it's about political views, right? I mean, I've lived my shared fare through politics. It's a long story, but my point is that I've been in both extreme sides of the spectrum, and I feel like after I grew out of it and I matured, I realized that the government just doesn't have our best interests at heart, period. So why are we wasting our time, and why are we making our political beliefs our personality traits? Like, if you were at either one end of the spectrum, if you're like fuck Trump or fuck Biden, I really don't want to get near you, because it's something that's been so discussed and it's very pointless, you know? I feel like I said, the government doesn't have our best interest at heart. There are a lot of things that need to be prioritized, and neither parties have really done anything. I feel like for the past 8 years, the country has been like an autopilot. I don't know if that makes any sense, you know, but yeah, I mean, you're just a drag to be around if your political views or just your personality trait. And not only that, you try to brainwash other people and drag them into your delusions. But yeah, this is the video for today, guys. Let me know what you think, and I will see you on the next video. I promise I'll post more frequently. I'm gonna try to post at least 3 times a month. This is not gonna be one of my many forgotten ADHD projects. I genuinely do like posting on YouTube, but I just have trouble finding things to talk about. But by all means, go ahead and leave me any comments in the comment section down below. I will leave my Gmail. If you have any video suggestions that you'd like me to talk about, feel free to email me. I have nothing going on, and I'll definitely respond if I see something that I like. But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and go touch some grass. Bye, guys.